Welcome to my channel, beautiful ladies, and in today's video I want to do something a little bit different and talk to the younger ladies. In general, I feel like my channel is for women over 40 because I am 45, turning 46 this year. Can you believe it? Sometimes I can't believe it. I cannot believe how old I am actually, because on the inside I still feel like that 20, 25-year-old girl. That never goes away, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe it goes away at 70, I don't know, 80. But I thought today I just want to talk to the younger ladies who I know are struggling with different things to us older ladies. But I've spoken at length about perimenopause on my channel, and I do feel like I have nailed my perimenopause because obviously I'm on HRT and it's working so well for me that I almost feel like there's nothing else to say on the topic. Like, I feel good. And you can hear it and you can see it in my videos and in my voice. Like, if you go back and watch my perimenopausal videos where I was in the thick of it, you can hear how miserable I was. So there is help for perimenopause. That is the takeaway message from me and from my channel. Now, you don't have to go on HRT if you don't want to. That's your decision. It's your life. But I think when you're younger, you don't know how aging is going to be, how it's going to affect you, how your life is going to turn out. There's just so many unanswered questions. And there's so much life experience and wisdom that we older ladies, us crones, we can offer to the younger girls. And so today, that is what this video is going to be. And the first thing is just going to be superficial. It's skincare. But like, the first thing is obviously, girls, and I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times, but anyway, I'm going to say it again. Do wear your sunscreen. I never did, hardly at all. And so I do have a lot of like sun damage and discoloration, especially on my chest. I do regret not wearing a little bit more sunscreen. I also think there's only so much sunscreen can do and help. And I also think you have to live your life. I mean, if you enjoy the sun, just get out into the sun. Just enjoy it. It doesn't really matter. Like, in the grand scheme of things, if you have discolored skin, so what? So what? You can cover it with makeup. There's a Limelight, IPL for that nowadays. You can do these things. Sure, they cost money, but I mean, the older you get, the more money you have. So yeah, wear sunscreen. Don't waste your money when you are young on all these preventative skincare shit things that when you're in your 20s, you don't need anything other than sunscreen, a simple cleanser, and a good moisturizer. That is it. Please save your money when you're younger. Don't waste it on that. Enjoy your time in your 20s, spending your money on fashion and earrings and going out, or save it. In fact, actually, let me reverse and backtrack and tell you, save your money. In your 20s, don't waste it on, like I've said in another video, I wasted money on La Mer, a jar of La Mer. It was so expensive back then. I think it was like my first proper salary when I was working at a high-end jewelry store here in South Africa, and I splurged. What a waste. I mean, one jar, number one, is not going to make any difference. I saw no difference. And it was I think it was a marketing hype. Anyway, that was what I think back then. But in hindsight, I should have just stuck to a very basic moisturizer and taken that money and invested it rather. Or just enjoyed it, spent it, had fun, bought a nice outfit, a nice pair of shoes, whatever. Anyway, when you're young, you are not going to have all the answers. You're not going to know yourself. But now is the time to get to know yourself. And it's okay. Aging is actually okay. That is the other thing I want to say, is that I used to be terrified of getting older. And now I'm here and it's not so scary. It really isn't. Some things, I can't lie, some things do get me down a little bit. Like, I take really good care of myself. And even so, the signs of aging are all there. And of course they are. Of course they are, because I'm not superhuman. I'm not special. I'm a woman who's aging normally and naturally for her age. And it will happen, of course. So no matter what you do, you are going to age. Believe you me, even with Botox, even with fillers, even with lasers, even with tretinoin or retin A, you will still get older, and you will still at some point look older. Yes. So take all these like anti-aging claims with a little pinch of salt and a dose of reality, and also understand that you will accept it because you have to accept it. There is no other way. There is, whether you accept it or not, it is happening. So don't worry about it. As it comes, just accept it, because there's nothing you can do to not age at this point in time anyway. And sure, there are some treatments that can help and slow things down, but they are all quite costly. They are all temporary. Even a facelift, from when you get your facelift, you start aging again. And I've spoken about Jane Fonda before. I mean, if you look at her, yes, she looks amazing for her age. I'm not denying that, but she still looks old, oldish. She may not look her true age, but her skin is still the skin of an 85-year-old woman. It may be pulled tighter and everything's all in place, but with time, everything does degrade. And all I'm saying is you just have to accept it. Do what you can, change the things you can, and love and accept yourself the way you are in terms of the rest of it. Now, I say all that as somebody who loves doing these things and will do what she can to preserve her looks, because it is important to me. And if that's you, that's okay too. I also think when you're younger, there's so many opinions. At least for me, this is how I felt when I was younger. There are so many opinions on beauty and looks and aging and your weight and your height and your hair color and your skin texture and makeup and clothes, and should you wear this and should you not wear that? And have you noticed how many opinions we all have about women, about women's bodies, their looks, their clothes, their weight, whether they show their age, like Pamela Anderson without her makeup, and all the opinions that we have. And when you're younger, at least for me, I tried so hard to please everyone that I thought I needed to please, and look a certain way and be a certain way and dress a certain way. And also on social media, not post those pictures, do post those pictures. What if somebody sees that picture? What are they going to think about that? What if they judge me here? That does eventually go away with age. Thank God. Thank God. Finally, I'm at the age where I'm doing things for me and I'm not worrying as much. Sure, I care what people think. Of course I do. I want everyone to like me. I don't want anyone to judge me. That's normal. That's human. But it's okay now if they do judge me and they don't like me. And that is what comes with age. It really does. It comes with being alive on the planet long enough, because eventually you just get to the point where you realize, I just cannot please everyone, so I'm going to stop trying. I'm going to stop trying. You get to the point where you think, as long as my family and the people that know me truly know me and love me, that's enough. That is okay. And that is what's given me the confidence to put myself out here on YouTube, and slowly I'm growing. And it is a slow journey, and that's okay. It's probably the right thing for me, because I've needed my confidence to catch up to this journey and where it's going to take me. And I want you to know that you must trust that where you are now it's okay. It's perfectly okay. Wherever you are now, it's the right place for you. It is the right place because that's where you are. I mean, I know it sounds circular, but your life is your life. Don't compare yourself. I know you hear this 1,000 times everywhere on memes and stuff. Comparison is the thief of joy and all that, and don't compare. It is a cliche, but it's very true. And I think if I could give any young girl any advice, this is it. Please don't compare yourself to any other person. This is the biggest lesson, and the one that, thank God, I've gotten as I've gotten older, is I really don't want anyone else's life. I used to, And sometimes I still look up to other YouTubers, other celebrities, social media influencers, and I draw inspiration from them. And sometimes there is an envy, like, oh, I really want what she has in her job, in her looks, in her marriage, in her whatever. Their life does look nice. It looks good on paper, on social media. But when I really think about things and I think about all that their life entails and involves, I realize I actually don't want their life. Just as an example, they're very famous on social media nowadays, the Hormozis, Alex and Layla Hormozi. And it does look like their lives are so glamorous, so wonderful. There's just millions pouring in. They're doing all these things. They're running businesses. She's just had a nose job. She's beautiful. But truth be told, truthfully, I would not want her life, and I wouldn't trade her life for mine for anything, honestly. Not that I don't want the success. Obviously, that sounds fantastic. But with that level of success comes so much responsibility. She has to be on point all day long in meetings, running teams, giving direction, creating content. Probably, like, I've seen her sit in hair and makeup in the mornings. There's people wanting a piece of her all day long. I bet you her phone, her email, her everything is just blowing up all the time. I've also seen she's been on the receiving end of so much criticism because she's out there and public, and people can be cruel. And I just wouldn't want that kind of a high profile life. I'm not saying I don't. I mean, obviously I'm on YouTube and I need to be known and I need followers and subscribers and views and all that. That's fine. But her level of, they buy up all these companies. I don't even know what all they do, but I actually wouldn't want that. I'm not the kind of person who wants to be managing people. I'm not the kind of person who wants to constantly be public speaking and challenging myself in that way. So that's the beauty. When you get older, you really start to know yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your personality, and where you would be best in life. And I know that my life has worked out in a lovely way. There are things that I wish were different, of course, but I'm also happy with how it is. Like doing this right now, right here. I'm happy to do this. This YouTube thing suits me to the ground. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else, to be honest, really. I could do this all day long. I could talk to a camera in a quiet room, in a quiet space all day long. It's funny because it's like I wouldn't want to do this on stage in front of a real live audience. That would be terrifying. But this feels intimate. This feels like you and I are having a heart to heart. I hope that's what it sort of feels like. I just want to pour my heart out to other women, help you guys in some small way, tell you it's going to be okay. And I want to tell you that you are okay. You are okay. You are enough exactly where you are. And even in your darkest moments, and I've been there, we've all been there. We all have shit times. That is the nature of life. It does get better, and it will get better if you are going through a shit time. You just have to go through it. And I know that's not really comforting, but it kind of is, because you just know that you have to just go through the motions, go to bed, wake up the next day. Sometimes that's what it takes, is just biding your time through that dark place, through that difficult situation, whatever it is, crying your way through it. That's okay. Emotions need time you need to just allow them to pass through you. Like, I mean, I remember when my dad died, and that wave of grief that would just wash over me. And I mean, he and I were not close in the same way that my mother and I are like best friends. He and I were close in the way that we clashed. we butted heads a lot, but the love was there. And so going through the loss of my father, I learned that dark times, grief, hard times, they do have stages, and it does get better. And it does get easier, although you always miss the person. And I suppose any hard time, it always sort of scars you a little bit, but that's okay. That's totally okay too. I mean, if you think of scars, it shows that you've been alive, that you've done things, like my Caesar scar. I mean, I'm so glad I have that scar, because it's the way that my son came into the world. And so emotional scars, yes, they are there, but it's the way you grew. It's the way you developed some part of your personality. It's the way you learned that you were stronger than you thought you were. So don't be afraid of your emotional scars. I think also I've learned that those emotional scars that I have from hard times, that they're actually okay. It's okay to have them, and it's okay to nurture them in a way, because they show me and have taught me what I don't want and what not to go for in life, because that's not my path. Every experience, if you will let it, it will teach you something. And that's why you will see older people who have allowed the lessons in, and they've allowed themselves to absorb the lessons. They are wiser. And that's why getting older is such a blessing, and it's so wonderful. It is so wonderful. And it's not about, like, there's a lot of these like tough talking older people, like, I don't take any shit anymore. I'm old. I've earned the right. And that's true. That is true. But you've also earned the right to be soft. You've also earned the right to be gentle with yourself. You have earned the right to not take any shit anymore as well. And it's a good feeling. I can't describe it, but the older I get, and the more I put myself out here on social media, especially on YouTube, the more confident I become. And it's weird, because I thought with age and being older on social media, being older on YouTube, was not going to give me that confidence, but it has. It really has. Now, I'm not saying you need to be on YouTube. I'm not saying you need to be on social media. I'm not saying you need to do what I'm doing. I really think this is not for everyone either. But in your life, all the things you go through as you get older, I mean, sure, no one likes the physical changes that happen with age. I mean, it's not pretty, it's not cute, but it's also okay. And also we can see the beauty in it. Like, if you look at an older woman and takes care of herself, whatever that means, we all take care of ourselves. But if you truly look at her through the lens of love, I guess, or through the lens of female camaraderie, you look at somebody with their crow's feet, their laughter lines, their smile lines, just the way time etches our face, that can look so damn beautiful. And I wish it was considered sexy. I think we're getting there as well. I think that there is a movement where older beauty is being seen. And it's wonderful. It's giving me the chills, actually, because there is Andy McDowell said it. I saw her say it on a post on Instagram, where she was talking about her aging beauty. And she said, it's a different kind of beauty. So as you get older, it's not that you lose your looks or you're not beautiful anymore. The beauty is it's different. And I thought that was so beautiful, so beautiful. And if you look at these older aging actresses who still look quite natural and are allowing their natural aging beauty to shine through. And I'm not saying don't do anything. I mean, you can do whatever you want to your face, but you still will look older anyway. But there's beauty in that. There's beauty in looking older, because you are older. And you should look older, because you deserve the respect and I don't know, you have more authority when you're older. And I do feel that way. I feel like now that I'm 45, I have authority to speak on certain topics here on YouTube, and no one's going to doubt me. No one's going to think, well, what the fuck does she know? Because she's like only 20. And I hate to say it, but when I watch these young YouTubers giving life advice and saying, like, how to be confident, how to do this, I'm thinking to myself, how do you know? You haven't lived. You've got no clue. Because they really don't. They don't know what's coming. But an older, wiser woman, not saying that I'm wise, but us older YouTubers, we have something to say, and we've got the life experience to back it up. And so what I'm trying to say to all the ladies, young, old alike, is let's embrace our aging. Don't fear it. And enjoy every step and every stage along the way, because every stage, and I know that there are stages coming. So I know that older women watching me now are thinking, just you wait and see. Like, you haven't even got there yet. And they are probably thinking when they watch me what I think about the youngsters. They're probably thinking, well, you don't even know the half of it. Like, girl. So I watch older YouTubers, women in their 50s, because I'm looking up to the next stage. And I'm assuming, I'm hoping that you who are watching me are I'm hoping you're slightly younger and you're looking up to me for what's your next stage. And I'm here to tell you it's really not that bad. I was terrified. I won't lie. I was terrified at one point, like 35, 40. I thought, oh my God, what's going to come? And then when I started to have perimenopausal symptoms, I really got a bit of a, like, I shat my pants a bit because no one had prepared me. And I didn't know that it could happen that early. I mean, my first night sweat, I was 40. I didn't know that this could happen. But like, I've gone through it. I've now found an HRT regime that works. So there's things along the way. There's women along the way. There's experts. There's YouTube. There's doctors. There's so much available to us nowadays that can help us. It really doesn't have to be as scary as you think. And it's in our power, all of us women, it's in our power to change the narrative around the aging woman and to see her as beautiful and to rock our older beauty. Whether that means you are going to go under the knife or not, that's fine. It doesn't actually change the fact that we can still celebrate and see older women as beautiful, because they all are. And that's what I have to say today, because I could go on and on forever about all of this. I see women and I just think we are all of us, powerful, beautiful, but it's a soft power. It's not like that masculine, driven, hard energy. You know, men they have their own kind of power and their own energy, but we women, we have the power of love, nurturing, softness. Yeah, women should be soft in a way. That is our power, is our gentleness, our kindness, our softness, our loving embrace, the fact that our emotionality, our emotions, the fact that we are in touch with our emotions, the fact that we can see sadness in someone, the fact that we can pick up on vibes and energy. It's just, you know what it is, because you have it. You are a woman. I love you all. I love you all women. And I really appreciate you for watching. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you've made it to the end of the video, then thank you to you. Please comment below. I love comments. I love reading all the comments. It's the comments that really make my day, especially when I get a comment that my videos resonated with someone. It's really, really, even if you're watching this video in the future, 5 years from now, from when I make it and post it, please do leave me a comment. I will still see that and respond. I surely hope that I have the time to respond to everyone. Right now I do, and this is so exciting. My channel is just growing and growing, and it's so exciting. The point is to just, I don't know, somehow exude and give love to all of you. I will do it through different topics in different videos, but this one is for the younger ladies. Don't be afraid of aging and enjoy every stage along the way. See you in the next video. Bye.